morning and welcome to this Tuesday session of Yog Online. Sit comfortably and sit tall, broaden across the chest. Join your palms together. Rest the thumb on the sternum, lift the crown of the head. Draw the elbows towards the side of the trunk to open the chest. With your eyes closed, focus on the breath. We'll begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, long, deep breath in. Om. Slowly release your hands, open your eyes. Roll the shoulders back, lift the crown of the head. Maintain the height from the armpit to the hips. Soften the abdomen and lift the trunk. As you breathe in, raise up the head. And as you breathe out, lift your ears, lift the crown of the head, and take your chin to the chest. Feel the length of the cervical spine. Feel the softness of the abdomen. The crown of the head. There should be a lightness in the head. Take the head back. Your ears, tuck the chin. Slowly raise up your head. Broaden across the chest. Move the lower shoulder blade into the body. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. A full extension from the hip to the armpit. From the armpit to the elbows. From the elbows to the wrist. And from the wrist to the fingers. Maintain this posture. Focus on the base. Focus on your seat. Your thighs, your shins, your ankles, anchoring you down. Feel the weight of your limbs, the lower limbs, and lift the trunk. Feel that there's an extension in the side body, in the back body, and the front body. With this extension, focus on the breath. Breathe into this extension. Feel the pause and feel the breath. Out and release your hands. Shoulders back. Move the navel forward and look up. And as you breathe out, round the back, take the spine back. Feel the length of the crown of the head. Soften the abdomen, round the back. And as you breathe in, move the navel forward, lift the sternum. Move the lower shoulder blade into the body and lift the crown of the head with lightness. Feel the trunk almost ejecting out of the hips. There's an openness in the crown of the head. And now stay here and breathe into the pause. Slowly release. Take your right hand behind you, your left hand over the right knee. As you breathe out, move the navel, move the shoulder blades. Look over your right shoulder. Each time you breathe out, move the navel, move the shoulder blades, move the chin. Once you come to a comfortable position, release a bit, soften into the pose. Pencil your outline and breathe into it. Slowly release and change size. Take your left hand behind you, take your right hand over the left leg. Lift the sides of the trunk, and as you breathe out, move the navel, move the shoulder blade, and move the chin to look over the left shoulder. Feel your base firmly supported on the floor. Lift the trunk, move the navel, move the shoulder blade, move the chin. Each time you breathe out, move the navel, move the shoulder blades, move the chin. Once you've reached the maximum, release a bit, soften into the twist, and pencil your outline and breathe into the pose. Slowly release. Roll the shoulders back. Change the bind of the fingers. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Feel that the base is strong. Press your thighs down towards the floor. Lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. Touch the armpit. Lift the elbows. Lift the wrist. Feel the lightness in the trunk with the firmness of the legs. And fill up the entire trunk with the breath. Each time you breathe in, can you feel the armpits lift? And as you breathe out, maintain the height of the armpits. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out, soften the abdomen, maintain the height of the armpits. One more time, breathe in, lift. Out and release your hands. Roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Draw the elbows in towards each other and come to stand. Find that to a certain degree there was a dual action. Your thighs moved down and the trunk lifted. There was a firmness in the legs to support the trunk and to avoid shaking. Come to stand with the feet hip width apart. Turn your feet to face forward. Place your hands on your hips. Roll your shoulders back. Lengthen all 5 toes of each foot. Lift them off the floor and lengthen them as you release them. And spread your toes. Spread your toes. Spread your feet. Feel that there's maximum contact with your feet and the mat. The outer edges of your feet should be parallel to each other. And extend your toes. Spread your toes. There should be a gap between each toe. And feel the length of the area under the toe. Roll the shoulders back. Now push your thighs back to engage your legs. Press your feet down to lift the hips. So there must be a point of extension. Press your feet down and lift the hips. Roll the shoulders back. Extend your arms onto the side. Press your feet down to lift the armpits. Press your feet down to engage the thighs. So feel that maximum pressure of the feet onto the mat. You're pressing down to lift. Lock your fingers once more, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Feet down, push your thighs back, lift the armpit. Now each time you breathe in, press your feet down and lift the armpit. So you must have a point to extend from when you lengthen in the trunk. From the feet to the wrist, feel that there's an extension. And keep stretching the wrist away from the feet. And as you stretch the wrist away from the feet are pressing down. Push your thighs back. Step your feet apart. Now see that the outer edges of the feet are parallel to each other. This is the basis of the standing poses. Press your feet down. Feel that all 5 toes of each foot is active. Push your thighs back to lock the legs. Roll the shoulders back. So the legs are quite firm. Open the backs of the knees. Now press onto the big toe side of your foot. Press onto the outer edge of the foot. And now press on the inner and the outer side of the foot together. To press the foot down, push the thigh back and extend the arms out to the side. The wrists lengthen away from you. The feet press down. The thighs push down. Lift the armpits away from the hips. Lift your ears away from the shoulders. And feel the expansion of the body both vertically and horizontally. There seems to be an openness as you lengthen the wrists away from each other. Now feel your inner thighs moving away from each other. There's a spread of the body laterally. Can you breathe into this extension of the body, both vertically and horizontally? Press your feet down and lift. And fill the body with the breath. Slowly release your hands. Keep your feet where they are. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in and look up. As you look up, lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the floor. Draw your elbows towards each other and open it. Now press your feet down to lift the armpits. Press your feet down to lock the legs and lift. As you lift the crown of the head and open the chest, keep the abdomen soft. Can you bring your attention to your feet? As you lift the crown of the head, bring your attention to your feet. Slowly release. Toe heel, toe heel. Walk your legs together. Keep your feet hip width apart. Roll the shoulders back. Change the bind of feet to lock. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Press your feet down. Push your thighs back. And all 10 toes press onto the mat and stretch. Now as you lift the wrist, as you lift the armpit, as you lift the sides of the trunk, focus on the feet. Press the feet down to lift the wrist. Keep pressing on the feet as you lift the wrist. Stretch the palms. Soften the abdomen. Focus should be more on the feet than the arms. Breathe out and release. Roll the shoulders back. Step your feet apart once more. And press on the outer edge of the foot. Lift the big toe side. Press on the big toe side. Lift the outer edge of the foot. Once more. Change. Lift the toe side. Press on the outer side of the foot and stay there. Slowly release. Press on the big toe side. Lift the outer side. And now press all 10 toes down. Press your heels down. Press the inner side of the foot and the outer side of the foot. Stamp your feet down to lift the hips. Stamp your feet down to push the thighs back and open the backs of the knees. Lift the armpits away. Now extend the arms out to the side once more and focus on the middle finger. Both your middle fingers extending away from each other and press your feet down. So press your feet down at the same time, lifting those middle fingers away from you, opening the chest. Expansion of the body vertically and horizontally. Lift the armpits away from the chest. Lengthen the wrists away from each other. As you're doing this, focus on your feet. Out your left leg. Now you're going to focus on all four corners of the front foot engaging. Press firmly on the back foot, especially the outer edge of the back foot, and turn the hip and trunk to face forward. Now, although the hip and trunk is facing forward, focus on your feet. All four corners of the front foot and the outer edge of the back foot presses more than the inner edge. Lift your armpits away from the hips. Press your feet down. The front thigh moves down, the back thigh moves back. There's a spreading of the thighs away from each other. Now focus on the feet. Press the feet down to lift the hips. Extend the arms out to the side. Now lengthen the wrists away from each other like the wings of a plane. Press your feet down and lift. And as you breathe out, take these wings over to the right. Press your feet down, lengthen your wrists away from each other, lengthen the armpits away from the hips. So focus on the feet, keep pressing the feet down, roll the thighs away from each other, lengthen the armpits away from the hips, spread the wrists away from each other. Keep pressing the feet down and lengthening the wrists away from each other. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Your feet to face forward and stretch out the arms once again. Lengthen the wrists away from you. Press your feet down, engage your legs. Turn your left leg out. Turn your right leg in. Focus on the feet. Press your foot down, all four corners of the front foot, the outer edge of the back foot. Lift the armpits away from the hips. And as you breathe out, take those wings down. Lengthen the wrists away from each other. Open the chest. Move the armpits away from the hips. Now press your feet down. Focus on your feet pressing down. The thighs rolling away from each other. And lengthen those wrists away from each other. Keep focusing on the feet. Roll your shoulders back. Turn your feet to face forward. Toe heel, walk your legs together and stand with your feet together. Press your feet down, push your thighs back, open the chest. Keep the wrists slightly behind you, open the chest. Now lift the armpits away from the hips, push your thighs back, press your feet down. Lift the crown of the head. From here, breathe in and raise up the arms straight. Now press your feet down, push your thighs back. Feel the big touching each other. And now lift the armpits away, lift the wrists away. Press your feet down and feel the length of the body. Breathe out and release. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders back. Press your feet down, push the thighs back, open the chest. Now breathe in, raise up the arms once more. and focus on the legs. If it's more comfortable for you, keep your feet hip-width apart. Now breathe in and lift. Maintain the extension of the body. And as you breathe out, bend the knees, release the hips, or Utkatasana, but focus on the feet. Press the feet down and lengthen the wrists away from each other. Breathe out and release your hands. Breathe in to raise up the arms. Breathe out to release. Focus on the feet. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release. One more time. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Pause. As you breathe in, keep stretching the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend the knees. Descend the hips and focus on the feet. Keep the feet firm to lift the trunk. Keep the feet firm to support the hips. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and shoulders back. Join your feet. And turn your right leg out. Keep the left leg straight. Keep the trunk facing forward. Now focus on the feet again. The foot of the left leg, can you press it firmly down to lift the hip? There's a lightness in the foot of the right leg, the left leg. Press the foot down, press the big toe mound down, push the thigh back, lock the legs. Take the arms out to the side, turn the palms to face up, breathe in and raise up the arm. Push the foot down, lock the legs and lift the trunk. This gives you more stability in your standing poses. Breathe out and release your hands. Change legs. Press the entire right foot down. Take the left foot out to the side. Weight down the right foot. Lift the thigh of the right foot. Lock the legs. Lift the armpits away. Lift the crown of the head. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Press the foot down to give you the stability. Lift the hips. Lift the armpits. Lift the wrist. Focus on the feet. Although you're stretching and lifting the trunk, focus on the feet. Back and come to stand. So by standing firmly on the feet, we bring more stability into our poses. So you need to have maximum contact with the floor. One more time. Come to stand with your feet hip-width apart. Lift all 10 toes off the floor. And stretch the big toe mound away from the heel, both legs. Spread all 10 toes and then release them onto the mat. Lift the heel, stretch it away from the big toe mound. And now press on the inner edge and the outer edge of both feet. The inner edge, the outer edge, the heel, and all 10 toes should be firmly pressed onto the floor. Feel the mounds of the toes extend away from your foot. Maximum contact, spread your foot onto the floor. Now press every cell of the foot to the floor. Press the foot down, lift the hips, engage your arms and stand strong. Become firm on your legs and come to kneel down. Roll the shoulders back. And come to lie flat on your. Your feet active. Press your feet down and feel the lightness in the hips. Straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg. Roll your thighs away from each other. Let the big toe fall to the side and the small toe follow. And release completely. Soften the abdomen. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your ears away from the shoulders. Roll the upper arms away from you and recomes. Place both hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up the right arm all the way past the right ear. Roll over onto your right hand side. And press to come to sit. To come to sit. Push your thighs down. Lift the sides of the trunk, broaden across the chest. Lift the crown of the head and sit tall. Feel your thighs weighting you down. Lift the side of the trunk. Lift the crown of the head. Move the lower shoulder blade into chest. Take your arms across. Lengthen your wrists away from each other. Push your thighs down to lift the armpits away from the hips. Spread your arms away from each other. Bend the elbows, draw the elbows towards the sides of the trunk, and join your palms. Focus on your breath once more, and feel the openness of the body, and feel the awareness of the feet. Take a slow, deep breath in. As you breathe out, release your chin to the chest. And as you breathe in, slowly raise up your head, your hands, and open your eyes. Have a wonderful day, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you.